Alright. Seems good. Everything's working. So I haven't played it all today. Because I have Atlas Prime now. Forgot about him. I'm getting pretty low on frames to dump in there. I may have to do some work on that. Probably should have done it before now too. Since it takes 4 days to build anything. So I don't have a sister at the moment, so I guess I'll farm a frame or two today. Every time it cuts to the after confirm screen, I always have like a single frame of panic where I think I've subsumed my fully polarized one. Every time. What's up, Masochist? He looks very like if Chroma had his proportions readjusted. So instead of being like very kind of hunched and bulky, it was sort of more like athletic and pulled back in the chest. It looks super similar to Chroma. Kinda weird. Not sure what I think of that skin. If we got a V. Two V's, a D, and a dash is pretty good for polarities. Thoughts on the new Revenant skin? I didn't know he had one. I'll have a look at it in a sec. Just trying to think what else I need for this guy. I guess to begin, I can just throw that on. Doesn't have any energy. Any abilities, rather. Under generic? I'll have a look. Is it just available in here? I don't think I've seen this skin before. What's up, Deli? I don't mind this one. It's like a weird hybrid between Revenant, Ash, and Excalibur. I kind of like the body, but I've never really liked the... It looks like a beard to me, the effect here. It doesn't look like flame or energy or anything, it just looks like a big hairy growth like a mane. So that kind of ruins that for me. Revenant Mephisto one? I don't know what that one is. I mean, I would probably buy this if I played him more, but I don't, so. So where does the next one come from? Is that a Bari thing, or? Was I on Atlas? What about this giant rocky thing? Real money, so it's 10 gen. I definitely haven't seen it then. Is this not updating the helmet? Weird, I kind of prefer this helmet. Sure. Frame details. Really sure what I think of it. I like the bright white. Maybe there for the last little bit. What color is he? I guess orange by default. My other one's green. I think I have green on basically everything, so maybe we'll skip out on that. Pink Atlas. Sure. Alright, so still the same old animations. We'll go with that one. Debbie Sheenskin. She also did Ember Pyraxis. Is that the one with the big hole in her back? I think it is. I don't mind that. Blue metallic? You mean the instead of the gold? I can't really handle having the accents any other color. It's unnatural to me. So we're gonna go and do the rep. Let's go to Fortuna first. And look at the crew. Atlas Grax helm, so cool. I'm not really fond of the Atlas Grax. I think the Grax line is pretty good overall, but Atlas is probably one of my least favorite variants.
Time's running out for those on one at a time. You'll all get your chance. Here's the
2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Is this the same? I thought this would have updated by now, but maybe not. I haven't really been keeping good track of that. Oh, I don't want any of them.
If Solaris United is going to be what it once was, things need getting done. Run your optics over this. Oi, see anything you fancy?
100k. Gotta change my playlist. That one was lyric heavy and it was quite distracting. I'm gonna bring up my list so I see what I have to buy. So these are the Magus ones. Kind of depressing looking at it and how many there are. Guess we'll do Firewall first. We need 9.
You've got a deal.
So I guess that'll do for now.
Don't get too comfy now.
Bit of Onko. I think he's the only other guy I have to do now. Boom in 1 hour, that means there's fass out there, right? Is apparently what I need. I'll have to go and double check that. Keep getting those backwards every single time. This pink is not really doing it for me, if I'm honest. It's kind of bizarre.
What things are and allow us. Was it ever thus? Is it time? These will assist.
61 cores for that. Cadence. Need 11, but we can only afford 9. More. Guess that's that done for now.
The history.
Do I have a dark green? Maybe not that dark. I don't really want it to be that bright either. I don't know what color I have on my default one. Let's have a look. Tested. Seems a lot more fitting. Let's go and have a look. Didn't have Atlas Prime? Nope. And they got him yesterday. I didn't farm him, but just accidentally got him from doing fissures. Still a bunch of prime frames I don't have. Just gonna go see what residue is on the floor out here. I don't know if they have like generic spawn points or not. It's boom. Not what I want. Alright, forget that. I'll do some Iris. I guess I have to do some work on the Nightwave and then look into farming some new frames. Don't want to do invasions. Find and pilot a fallen necromech. Man, there is a lot of stuff here I don't really want to do. Go and get this done so I can stop thinking about it. Chore simulator. I really feel like I have no direction anymore, and it does feel a lot like that.
Are worthy foes. Underestimate them at your
Same, yeah. I think it was okay yesterday, just doing sisters. Ooh, half a head's gone.
Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
I think Steel Path really spoiled me. Now everything else feels very subpar.
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
There we go. Got the runners. Last thing I actually grinded hard for was Kuvasir and its Ruben. I think I've done the Seer. It was fine. It's kind of weird having it actually be functional because it was, you know, for the last 5-6 years, it's been one of the worst weapons in the game. We had a few over here still. Yeah. Got here before I did. Kind of curious if I can throw my glaive with my bow out or not. Can. Interesting. Oh, but I guess I can't scan. Kind of defeats its own purpose there. Zero's okay. Nothing special about it, but not the worst. Yeah, it's fine. Just a very basic pistol. It's kind of what I'm expecting the Spear Axe to feel like that I got yesterday. One game. Just a guy dropped down there. Oh, he's just downstairs, never mind. Stopped playing Warframe 2 years ago. Is your Discord still up? It is, but it's more or less pointless at the moment. Kind of just a die-hard group, old friends that are still in there. Maybe, you know, 20 or 30 people still talk. Without me promoting it or having the glyph to pull people in or making content. Obviously, wasn't pulling anyone else in. I don't know if I even have the link on Twitch anymore. I've been back like a month and a half, maybe. Month and a half. I'm kind of... I feel like I'm running out of things to stream, which is kind of sad. Makes me second guess doing like the affinity grinds off stream. I don't really want to stream Hydron or ESO for 3 hours. I feel like that would be awful for you and me. Warframe content becoming stale AF. I feel like I'd be a lot more invested, or engaged rather, if the Steel Path just overlapped everything else. Let me do all my fishes in Steel Path, let me do all my grinds in Steel Path, everything. All the alerts, all the sorties, everything for Nightwave.
Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Last glyph challenge I did was for the 1 mil curve, didn't get the glyph. That's rough. Some people did put a lot of time towards it. Never actually achieved it. Quite a few cases like that. No competitive factor in anything. Leaderboards are meaningless. I don't really feel like I need competitive factor against other players. I just need, I don't know, some form of sustenance in the form of difficulty. Level 40 fissures, really? I could probably sleep and let my pet clear those. Have to farm frames. Arikora, Ember. Deimos bounties for Zaku. Atlas comes from the Jordis Golem. Maybe I'll go and do him real quick. I only need 1 part, so we may or may not get lucky. Can't really speed through whatever that tile set's called, I don't remember. Radiation toxin. I guess I won't be doing it on Steel Path, so it's irrelevant what damage type. What's corrosive? Corrosive blast. Just do corrosive cold is fine. Do that. Spirix AoE is good. Base heat. Better than the Kuvasir. I still haven't made use of any of the internal bleeding mods. Internal bleeding and hemorrhage, right? Maybe against yourself in reference to an achievable endgame. I think the weapons. Oh, you mean the Spirix? Yeah. I haven't leveled it yet. Sure, it'll be fine. What else do I have to do in this mission? I have to kill that Juggernaut, right? Curious if the Flux Rifle would do it. Let's find out. Radiation. I think I want corrosive for him too. I don't think this is my actual speedy build. It's my Railjack speedy build, which is not quite equivalent. Where is this place? Errors? Do it on regular. Maybe stream PvP. There's no one to PvP with. The whole community's dead.
The column's stirring. It knows you were here. I can feel it wake. Find it. The Fermiac bars. Is that it? I really thought you would have.
I really hate this tile set.
You've been using them? That is not enough for you. You are just like all the others. You won't kill the god. I don't want you to. I see what you're doing. You're for the parts, just like the others who need scavengers. You do not care about justice.
What? Oh, great. Try a sniper, maybe. I don't have survivability on this either. I think I've rolling guard. Have you played COD since the update? I played for a little while after...
I regret to inform you.
What was that other mode they put in? Cold War? I played for a little while after that, but like maybe a week or two. It kind of really ruined it for me. I haven't touched it since I left. Why can't I skip this? I think I need the chassis. Chassis, yeah. You're the Ignis abuser. There was a... I think there was a whole clan. I guess a lot of the Quasars did it. Skip. But there was a whole bunch of unwritten rules and stuff. You wouldn't cheese with any of that. Where's this extraction? It was kind of interesting to... Well, there it is. It was kind of interesting to watch the people that were really dedicated to it actually competing in it. But not to the point that I actually want to get involved. So one run and we got Atlas. Which is convenient. What? I must have got it when I did it for the Steel Path, and then I built it, so I didn't even have to do that. Oh, damn it. I just didn't cross it off my list for some stupid reason. Have I already put him in here? Now I'm confusing myself. I don't know what ability it would have been. Petrify. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found that out sooner rather than later. I could have done 10 or 20 runs of that before finding it out. So I guess Ember comes from Sargus Ruck. Systems in your optics. Don't have any AP in here, do I? Compressor. What are we talking about? The Seer. That is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Oof. So I think Ruck would be radiation. That in, I guess. I don't know if you can status proc the guy, so it's probably not worth throwing that in. Just try this. Yeah, so rolling guard. I think I was trying to make use of shield gating on this one. Right, so I don't have speed for either, so this is going to slow them down. No, we'll take it and try it. Basically the floor is lava. What is? What planet is this on? Saturn. Hey Nova. Missed your message. I don't know how I went through that proc without getting energy. Well,
General Sargus Front has become a problem for our artifact recovering efforts.
didn't work that time.
Several of our dig sites in this sector have been attacked by rock industries. Take work out. As a result, he has felt
Clearly the weapon doesn't matter when he's the level he is.
finance the search for the best in greener body modifications and augmentations. The assassination target is here, right now.
Damn, the Sentinel is fucking everyone up. It has no damage mods, it's only status. Oh. Everything feels super slidey at the moment.
Great work, Tenno. Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected
Hope D makes the Corpse and Grenier into the new Conclave after a new war. But there's been a lot of talk about that. It's the one part I didn't need. And based on how D like really tries to push the PvP, I wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and did that. I wonder if Speedver makes him... Oh god. We're gonna have Stalker for days. I wonder if speeding him up actually makes him open up quicker. What's the point of this relative to the other one? Equilibrium. So not really important. I don't think sprinting is as important as it looks based on this build. Nullifier. So play with that. I don't really think I want all this bullet jump either. DE pushes BVP. They certainly used to. There's always events in there. Conclave events for like Christmas and Easter and stuff. Pushing Lunaro pretty hard with some of it. Sponsoring a lot of bigger content creators to play it. Used to be a lot worse than it is now.
General Sargus Front has become a problem for our artifact recovery efforts. Several of our dig sites in this sector have been attacked by rock. Take work out.
I think that is slowing him down, so I don't want to do that.
Be warned that he is a formidable adversary with an almost human hatred for all that is not human. Target spotted. Stay sharp.
I don't think the 4 is affecting him though. mean, I guess it is, but not for long. I don't have any duration on the speedrun build. That's probably why. Didn't really consider that. Put that there. Chassis twice in a row, and that's the one part I don't need. I should actually double check that I still need those two parts, and I didn't accidentally pick up a blueprint somehow. Looks like we got the neuroptics at some point, so I actually only need the system. I think the reason why nobody plays it is because it's really hard. Doesn't matter how much it is promoted. Yeah, I think the standard person that comes to play Warframe isn't really looking for a extremely hardcore experience like that. Much more casual. Have other running on here? No. I don't really want to drop anything that I've got. What if they bring back a quick steal event? Get a second Oreo ornament? Couldn't you buy unlimited amounts of those at some point? That just reminded me of another one they did where we all had water pistols. It was the Rathoom enemies, and we were like in a water park, and we all had water pistols. Maybe that was just an arena. I thought that was a PvP element, but I don't really remember. Oh, unlimited Nether slide. So rusty on all the tiles. I think he's a little quicker. I think he must have like the boss crowd control resistance though. Like it lasted longer the first time. We're gonna get rid of some of this bullet jump. Pyramid ornament with a shock ephemera. Conclave exclusive. I'm not sure. Been a very long time since I've thought about any of that stuff, and even when it was around I didn't really think about it because I don't care about Conclave. This one. I was thinking this one? Second aura, yeah. So Eros aura is what I was thinking. I guess this is a exclusive one. Curious if Tomb Finger works or not. As we are. Damn, I was hoping that would be far enough away, but obviously not. Don't want to get close to him because he does his melee thing. Should put the charging arcane back on. Before I got into Conclave, I might bring that deco in the future. Yeah. God damn it. That's not what I wanted. I don't think there's any decoration that's only been available once, right? They always bring it back sooner or later. You know, they're at least trying not to do that. But I haven't been keeping track of that for a long time either. That was pretty difficult keeping track of all that stuff when we were doing the glyph stuff. Right, they added new decorations, the way they rotated them. I didn't take off speed drift, did I? Casting feels a little bit slower. $212, that's the record. I think these parts have like a 11% drop rate. Which I think a few of them, probably Ember included, the systems are way rarer, so maybe take longer than I'm thinking. I wonder if I took the Ogress with its napalm thing, if that would like immediately tick it. I'm not sure if it'll be able to damage it or not. Kind of curious though. Guess I should do another build. I guess I was speedrunning something with this. I don't remember what though. think I need that. Multi. Let's try that. I'm curious if the napalm will tick him or not. Probably not, but... Oh. Too slow to roll. Doesn't really last long enough to be super relevant. No. It's definitely not ticking it. It requires no aim, which is nice. Bad habit I have is jumping before every portal. Hey. Imagine every time you died you lost credits. We had to revive with platinum. Well, that used to be a thing, right? I would be impressed if I could die enough to lose all my credits. I have way too many. You have a credit weekend coming up, so that may be the opportune time to try and relearn Profit Taker. Okay. It's Ember going. Seraph the list. Ureli, Limbo. Limbo I have to buy. Thought I already did Limbo. I haven't really been doing a good job of keeping this list updated, have I? I've already done him. So Harrow comes from Defection, Cora comes from Sanctuary Onslaught, Nidus comes from Infested Salvage, Grendel comes from Arbitrations. I'm not sure how much Vitus I have, maybe I can go and buy that. Let's go and have a look. Unmodded Grendel mission. No exploits. Chroma plus spin to win secure elective for the credit weekend. I feel like it would be way faster to just take Chroma to Profit Taker. Wait for the next update to make Harry less tedious. Yeah, I don't really want to farm him. Problem is, I'm going to go ahead and farm all the easy ones, and then I'm going to be kicking myself because I'm just going to have to do these really shitty grinds for quite a while.
Have you survived arbitration? Honors await you.
25 a pop, so we can get all them. Ooh, plenty of mods I don't have from here.
These honors were
Shut up.
earned, Tenno.
Alright, so last time I did this there was an exploit with Mirage where you could still have mods, but I've been told that's fixed, so... Preparation is pretty good for speedrun. Yeah, I do want to get it. So who would I take to do this, I wonder? I think it's excavation, survival, defense, maybe? Actually don't even know how to check. How do I use these things? It's not a gear thing, is it? Doing the Conclave one right now. How do you do it? Easier in a team, yeah, I know, but care about that. Nodes unlock automatically on Europa. So defense, excav, survival, all corpus. All on the new tiles, which is interesting. I don't remember that being the case. I guess 3 is my affinity one, so I can change this around. First dip list is 51. Very nice. Yeah, the first frame that comes to mind is actually Garuda. Let's give her a shot. Bit rough because you don't have a lot of anything. Can you use operator there? Use Trinity? Yeah, that would work. Wow, it's really weird trying to theory all this because so much of my knowledge isn't there anymore. Bizarre. I guess the Hema could heal you. But unmodded, not going to be very good. What does this have by base? Viral base. No gear wheel, no operator. Interesting. Pulls health orbs from deceased enemies and energy orbs from destroyed robots. I'm pretty sure it's a slow animation. I think this is radiation default. Try that. Inari can't heal. The objectives. Can you not pop in to check and then quit? I mean, I could, but I have you people to answer that for me, right? I guess I want the other... I'll take the Cycron. Let's take the Cycron. Just go and try these and see what happens. Not really sure if it'll be successful, but interesting to try. I don't remember what level these guys are either. I think it may not even matter. I think you might just be able to go around breaking crates to do the survival. Classy look, thank you.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for some
Mirror, altar, letting.
supplies. Triggered the alarm.
So the problem is I don't have quick thinking.
They have just shut down all
Damn,
systems.
20 minutes? Are you crazy?
Sending life support capsules your way.
Okay, that is definitely not going to work. So, I mean, the healing is not great, but it's keeping me alive. I guess you can stack it, right? So I'm pretty sure Grid would be able to get through it if I could kill stuff. I'll go and grab the Brahma and see what that does. Brahma. Catch Moon. Gaze. Gaze is radiation by default. I guess the beams are not very good without anything. Don't really need the melee. Can't think of anything. Maybe the glaive? No mods, I'm not sure how well that'll work, but we can try it. I always liked the way Garuda looked. Couldn't find any signed armor that made her look better though.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Titanic operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm.
Do we still have arcanes? Because I have 10 rounds in this bow.
Life support has been cut off.
I guess 10 arrows in the quiver, rather.
Hold on.
Which only happens with Merciless. That was super efficient. I don't know why I had crazy crit. I guess Smita was giving it to me. So she doesn't have mods either. Nothing. Oh, and I have no ammo left.
Life support incoming.
There you go, the Glaive Prime is the answer. A little slow, but I don't know if any pet would be better than the Smita. I don't really know what all their innate abilities are.
Will buy you more time.
What's up, Kif? I stream. I mean, I've been streaming for the last month and a half. It's not really a serious thing. Did a little bit back in the day, but again, not very serious. Protea would be good here with the Cyclone. What does Protea do? I guess you have to be thinking about passives as well. I don't remember most of the Frames passives, to be fair. Explosion on this is noticeably smaller than usual. Turrets with free energy and health orbs? How is it free energy? Oh, you mean a dispensary? Interesting. I guess I could subhuman ability onto any frame and bring that in here too, right?
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Dispensary and her anchor. Maybe a use for a 4. I feel like the life support is much more forgiving. Theorycrafting on the fly. Yeah. Well, I think I've got this with Garuda here, but I don't think Garuda will be great for the other missions. I guess I could do something like Frost with Dispensary on him to do the defense or the excavation. I don't really know how much damage they'll be doing to the objectives. They're clearly pretty gimped. It's just showing how stupid the Glaive Prime really is. Completely unmodded slash procs are destroying level 40s. I didn't remember the defense being this long. It's the nerfed glaive, yeah. Fair and balanced. Used to be more into Warframe back in the day. Forward and spice things up. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, Middle-earth. I've heard good things about those, but I've never actually played them. There's a Nemesis system in Warframe is like heavily inspired by the Shadow of Mordor system. With the Liches and the Sisters. 15 minutes of this, yeah. I was partnered with Warframe for maybe a year or two there. I'm not currently. I took 2 years off and I've been back for a month. I don't really see any reason to re-partner with them. I don't really know how long the game is going to hold my interest either. I've been, like I said, back for the month and a half and I've done more or less all the new content that I had missed out on for those 2 years. And now I'm just kind of back down to the very basic grinds. Kind of run out of things to do like 3 days ago. This is when I ran out of Steel Path and Railjack stuff to do. Now I just need to refarm all the old frames. Do some arbitrations, do some Samaris rep. All the basic stuff. What games did you play while you were taking a break? On my own time, I would play They Are Billions, which is like a zombie survival, or a zombie strategy game, rather. Played a lot of that. And then I streamed Call of Duty Modern Warfare for the Warzone aspect, the Battle Royale. Played a fair bit of that, streamed a bit of that. And then my most recent one is playing chess. Kind of the Queen's Gambit and PogChamps got me back into that. I don't really stream that at the moment, although I'm thinking about it. If Warframe pulls off. I'm really streaming as a way to help moderate my time and mental health rather than for any enjoyment of streaming. And if Warframe just becomes a grind, I may have to move back to chess. So I played that for like 4 or 5 hours today. That is awesome but difficult. Yes, true. I'm decent at it, but not great. I got like 95% of the way through building my own map. Did a lot of the like custom coding and stuff. I think the map design is really solid. And I still had a bit of coding work to do. But then I lost interest. That's a shame. It's one of my toxic traits. I'll get 95% of the way through something and then lose interest and never touch it again. I also played Darkest Dungeon. I didn't stream that, but played a fair bit of that off stream. I may only do one of these unmodded things per day, because it is quite the drag. I don't want the whole stream to be like this. It's a good one, yeah. I basically got to... I think I have like 15 to 20 characters that are all level 6, and I did 2 or 3 Darkest Dungeon runs, as in the tier 6 dungeons. Never actually got around to finishing it. So I'm thinking maybe when they release Darkest Dungeon 2, which I've been told is coming soon TM, maybe streaming that will help keep me motivated. This slow animation is awful. I'm also not sure what happens if I die here.
30-second warning.
Soon TM, yep. Oh no. So we find out. The hell shot me? Oh, the turret. That fucked me up.
Life support activated.
Not sure if I would be able to just survive this if I keep activating all of these and letting them respawn.
Life support has been replenished.
Interesting animation right there. You're doing a challenge quest, you have to refarm
Support activated.
Grendel, and to get each of his components you have to do a 20-minute or equivalent mission unmodded. So I have to do a 20-minute survival with no mods on anything, and I have to do a 20... I think it's a 10-wave defense, like 500 cryotic excavation, something like that. All completely unmodded, so... Doesn't really make for the most high-octane gameplay, but has to be done. You have to... They introduced a system to the game called a Helminth. Like the Helminth system, you know, the infested room on your orbiter. It lets you take one ability from each frame and put it on any frame you want. Replace it. But to do that, you have to feed it a copy of each warframe. So you have to refarm every warframe in the game. Feed it to the infested so that you can use their abilities. So slowly working my way through that. 20 wave defense, 800 crowdic. Jesus. I missed the old Mirage exploit. Can't get through the damn nullify bubble quick enough. I wonder if we can do this. Just trying to put my healing thing on the turret on camera. Doesn't work. Not sure what the duration of my one is. 19 seconds. Probably not worth the energy. Although... not worth the energy. Trying to hide behind the capsule itself. You can choose the excavator by failing all of them. Yeah. Not sure if I'll do that or not, but... Definitely think having dispensary on any frame is the way to go for that stuff. It's just dumb because I know the Glaive Prime is going to be the way to go for all of it. Using Limbo for no invulnerability, for invulnerability. I guess that makes sense. Just run around and activate them all, let them all die. Never take damage. We'll have to re-remember everyone's passive. Feels so alien to use because it flies slower, it charges slower, and the like return mechanic doesn't function the same way as having it completely modded. Kill me.
Additional life support has arrived. Life support activated.
This is not a good place to be. Get off. Revisiting childhood classics.
Life support has been
Warcraft 2, Rayman 3, Ratchet and Clank on the PSP. I played all the early Ratchet and Clanks, I think, on the... I think I had one on the PSP, and then I had 2 or 3 on the PlayStation 1 and 2. I think most of them were on 2, right?
life support.
There's also Jack and Daxter. There's maybe a trilogy for them. Yep. Warcraft 2. I played a lot of Warcraft 3. That was one of those games that we'd link up on the primary school computer network. Sorry, it was high school. Early high school. So at lunch or sometimes in class you'd have 10, 15, 20 people all linked up. Warcraft 3 and Diablo 1. Actually, it might have been Diablo 2, now that I think about it. I don't really think I actually have to kill anything. I do think these canisters would just keep me sustained.
Life support activated. Life support has been replenished. Life support on the way.
Yeah, not quite the damage I was hoping I'd get from that. 3 more minutes, yeah. Right there with you. It's not very engaging. Yeah, I feel kind of bad at the place I am with Warframe now, because all the things that I have left to do are not things that I'll consider to be good streaming material. Like, I can kind of make it, like some of the boss farms decent by trying to speedrun it. But I'm not like overly invested in that. And then there's going to be a lot of 20 waves of defense and long defection runs, infested salvage. Missions like this where it's just a long tedious grind. There's not really anything I can do about it. Not exciting when there aren't any big damage numbers. Yeah. Small numbers, very slow.
30 seconds left.
Not sure what other bosses I've got. Maybe instead of going by frame, I'll see if there's an interesting boss I can farm.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
I think I have to do a whole pile of bounties at some point. A couple come from there. Have you tried Ureli? I have not yet. It's another thing I have to do, K-drive farming. I don't know how well that will translate to streaming either. StarCraft 2 co-op mode is fun. I never got into StarCraft, never really... I think I tried the single player once and it didn't grab me, so I don't have many hours in it. Probably one. I haven't watched a lot of it, but it's pretty crazy to see the guys that are doing the... You know, they're competing at, I guess, a global standard, and they're doing hundreds of inputs a minute. I don't remember what the ratio is, but it's like 500 inputs per minute, something crazy. I found Nidus yesterday. Salvage is actually easy and fast, but not that engaging. Yeah, I think... yeah, that's a big problem with farming level 30 mobs, right? It's never really going to be engaging. The co-op is more chill? Yeah, I think I probably would prefer that. I don't really like competing against other people. What did I play? I was trying to think of the PvP games I used to play. I guess I spent a lot of time in the old CODs, COD 2 and COD 4. I guess Warzone, there's chess obviously. I don't know, it flares up my ego and that makes me either very depressed or very angry. That's not really a good thing. Point of gaming is to chill out for me. So Grendel, Equinox, Turagor, Mesa is Mutalist Alad V, Necros is Lephantis. Gonna try that. What's up, Gunny? When solo can finish a rotation in 1 minute? Oh. It's for the salvage. Comes from rotation C, right? Forget who I'm looking for here. Nidus. I see. Rotation C of infested salvage, yeah. A, B, C, yep. Hate competitive games too, makes me angry. I'm trying to learn to control that through chess. It's not really that I get angry at the other person, I always perceive it as a failure on my part, so then my self-loathing comes up and then it's a negative feedback loop. I'll try Lephantis. I kind of wanted to see how Titania would perform against it. Razorwing. So angry. Yeah. League of Legends? I'm not even going to try that game. What planet is this guy on? Errors? Deimos. It's the prelate. There he is. Sweaty and salty, yep. John is a hardcore League player, one of my admins in the Discord. I've watched him stream it a bit. But I know the community is not particularly great.
You are here to find your mark and eliminate the assigned target. It was difficult to locate the source vector of the
Holy
site
shit.
devastation, but you are finally here. Deep within this millennia-old Oregon
How am I supposed to keep track of that? I probably should have put corrosive on my weapon, right?
Make your way to its location and dispatch this monster.
Don't know what arcanes I've got either. I could probably put dispensary on her too, right? Instead of her, basically anything. I do have energize. I don't think I use her 2 or her 3 in this build. Maybe I'll do that. I think it's fun if you disable chat. I have had that tip before. Which is crazy considering I've never played the game or watched it outside of John. I think League has its own... It's in a league of its own with the memes that are made from that community. I think I go up here, right?
Assassination contract complete. Great work, Tenno. Heavy devastation ahead. They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out.
Massive loss streak. Get superheated, my temperature literally rises. Yep, that's the same for me. I usually sit here with a little heater aimed at my feet. And if I lose like 2 or 3 games of chess in a row, turning that bad boy off. So on the systems. So we don't need your optics. Ooh. Stalker really just going to be spamming me the whole time I'm doing this. What's I changing here? Oh, the ability. I don't think I need anything else here. So I can use galvanize mods. I don't really need to though. I don't think I can actually do anything to make this better at the moment. I do wonder how the stalker got our email address by stalking you. There you have it, it's in the name. What else could I put on her, actually? Eclipse some more damage, maybe? Infested mobility? I wonder if that works with her 4. I'm kind of curious. Just Razorwing. Not that I've used her for crowd control in quite a while, but... Have you played D2 Season of the Splicer? I have no idea what that is. Do you mean Destiny 2? In which case, no. It's a dash. So my duration's not that great. I think I put maybe 1 hour into Destiny. I think it was Destiny 2. And it just didn't grab me. So can I use... Can. I need to get through this little area. I mean, it's definitely working. Is that helpful in the infested tile? Not really. That is just insanity. What do you even do in Destiny? Grind? You could say the same thing about Warframe, right? I don't really get too invested in games that are like raid centric. I played a lot of an MMO called Dungeons and Dragons Online for Warframe. And it had a reincarnation system, so as soon as you maxed out your character, you could reincarnate it, start back at level 1, but be a tiny bit stronger. So I did that, I think, 60 times to the one frame, one character. And my clan got really pissed off at me because I wouldn't sit around at guild raid level. What I want. Get mutagen though. Generally enjoyable lore. Yeah, I've heard that. Every update comes out and you basically can't participate until you go back through it all. I tried GTA Online. Very briefly. Didn't grab me. I played through most of the single player on stream a long time ago. It was alright. Keep feeling like there's something I can do here that's worth doing, but I don't really think there is. I think the infested mobility is too powerful to be helpful here as well. Although it's interesting for Plague Star, because you fly damn fast. Have you tried the whole 4 syndicates at once? I think I had 4, yes, but I've never gone above 4. I know there's someone that did all 6. It took him an extremely long time. Had to do some crazy math. Red lights, that gunfire, I'm not sure what that is. I don't really try out that many games, to be honest. I usually know if I like something before I play it. And I'll usually pick one game and just play the hell out of it until I burn out and then move to a new one. I don't think I really get that much enjoyment out of video games in general. It's just a way to burn the time. When you don't enjoy anything, you just have to do something. Ooh. I think Hades, but first-person shooter. I would have to know what Hades is. I'd rather play games than sit around and let my thoughts kill me. Exactly. That's why I'm here. I really want to take her to the plains and just see how fast I can really go. Is that timer right? 3 minutes? I've noticed this is super inaccurate sometimes. I'll spend like 4 minutes in a quest and it'll tell me I've been there for 30. And vice versa. Can she Arcwing blink? I think she can. Pretty sure I did it once by accident. Have a look. Yep. It's weird because you mash space to do it in a railjack, but it's sprint when you're in Razorwing. Waypoint, that's not where I wanted to go, but sure.
The creature has grown unfathomably strong.
The duration on your one is not very good.
Heavy infestation ahead.
Frames are 6k? I believe so, yeah. Weapons and companions are 3 and frames are 6. You go through increasingly difficult dungeons and bosses with random loot. Couple of lives. If you die, you reset. Assume that's Hades. There's no audio cue when these guys pop. Interesting that the Brahma hit him at all there. I guess it's the impact, not the explosion. I do like the idea of those games. But I haven't really put much time into them. There's one that I played a bit. And by a bit, I mean a fair bit. Maybe somewhere between 50 and 100 hours, but I can't remember the name. It's probably on my Steam still. Trying to get to 30 ASAP?
Get to extraction.
Or what?
Target down.
I guess the boosts and relays?
Great work, Tenno.
Risk of Rain, Gunfire, Hades are some popular ones. I've watched not a lot, but I know the gameplay loop of Risk of Rain 2 in particular. Layers loves it. I've watched him stream it a bit. I think I've seen some videos on it as well. That is something that I have wanted to try, Risk of Rain 2. But there are a lot of things I want to try and just never get around to for some reason. And that's one of those.
Find the VIP. Do not let the target see you. It was difficult to locate the source vector of the sector's infestation, but you are finally here.
Minimap cannot handle this. Now look at my brain.
The creature has grown unfathomably strong through centuries of attending matter and self-revelation.
I think the dialogue doesn't like me getting here this fast, which is why it's not giving me audio cues when the heads pop out of the ground. This energy drain is more intense than I remember. More over the top than the others. Tons of items at once instead of a normal loadout. So I'm probably never going to try it anyway. Something I keep telling myself I'll try and just never do. $240. Hey, systems. Cross him off the list. Go to Valkyria, Alad V. Pretty easy one to do. I don't really enjoy playing as Titania, even if she's fast, though I guess I kind of want to see how usable she is in a Corpus tile set. Of course we need the Argon. Guess we'll go and do a capture run real quick. Have you tried Gunfire and RoboQuest? Those are FPS. I don't like top-down games, especially non-pause movement. I don't have a whole lot of experience with those. With either, really.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
Like Diablo, I want to control my character, not command it. I really liked Diablo, but I don't like it if it. I don't like the idea of top-down for sure. I don't mind commanding it if I'm still close, but I don't want to be completely disconnected. I probably put more hours into the Diablo franchise, Diablo 1 and 2, than I have into Warframe. To give you an idea of how much I played it. Didn't really get into 3, I probably maybe 100 hours into 3. It wasn't really comparable to the others. I think they've announced 4. Interested to see what they do with that. Maybe PoE? I have played a bit of that. I struggle with the skill tree though. I feel like every time I play it I have to follow a predetermined build, otherwise I just don't get very far. I've been to, I think, tier 12 or tier 13 of the maps. Which obviously means I've done more or less everything else. I went back and replayed it again maybe 6 to 12 months ago. I sort of get to the end, 90% through, and then I lose interest, like I do with most things. It feels less engaging because I'm not really making or designing my own character. I think the one I enjoyed most was the Frostblades build. It's a very teleporty, very quick, and responsive gameplay. I don't remember who else I did. It's weird because my more recent playthrough was not that build, but I don't remember what it was. I always liked the idea of the totems. Trying that out, but I don't think I ever did. D2 Remake? Yeah. I may or may not get that. I feel a little bit conflicted about going back to the old games I really loved, whether they've been remastered or not, because I have a certain set of memories built up, and I don't know if going back to it is going to enhance that or sort of detract from it. I went back and played some of the Crash Bandicoot remasters, and they were okay, but they weren't as much fun as I remember having as a kid. There we go, finally. Guess we'll finish the run while we're here. Have to go? No worries. Thanks for dropping in. I played a bit of Spyro as well, and that was remastered. Like, I really miss having the experiences that I had in gaming when I was younger. I think I've changed too much to go back and play those same games and re-experience them in a similar way. Which is a real shame. Crash Bandicoot I still have on console. I think we've still got them packed away somewhere, the old PlayStation 1s and the whole Crash series. Who's that building? Necros. Really, Harrow, Cora, Nidus, Grendel. Revenant is from Bounties. Equinox is from Tal Rigor. Valkyr. I'm probably going to do Valkyr. We'll give Titania another shot. Really wish I could step away from Warframe so I could learn other games like Frostpunk and Factorio. Why can't you? Oh, damn. I was thinking I could put Narrow-Minded in, but... Got 12 points. I don't have Continuity in. That's weird. Don't have room for it. I feel like I'll miss something in Warframe, even though I won't. Didn't think so. I'll try it. I'm just gonna run like that and see what happens. I mean, you could play Warframe for like 5 hours a week and keep up to date with all the dailies and everything else. All the Nightwave, all the rep dailies, all the Steel Path stuff. Maybe not the Steel Path alerts because they're daily. 5 daily missions? Like an hour a day. So you get most of it done. Only time for other stuff. Just been earning rep for New Loka, which is undoing everything that I want. Hour to a day, yep. Only time I play Warframe 1 Plus is when there's a quest or an alert. Speaking of, I have to do 9 of these. Can we be bothered? No, does this? Themisto Jupiter. I have done a lot of speedruns against Forward. Log in to turn in rep and go on with other stuff. I've spent an ungodly amount of hours just idly walking around the orbiter. Oh damn, you can multicast this.
Too many Tenno have perished to make our means abomination. There will be no stopping.
It's glass, because of course.
Is mass-produced. You are here to make sure that doesn't happen.
Huh.
Be careful, Tenno. Zanuka has all the power of a warframe with a full complement of mods. It's as if
This doesn't really work if I don't know the tile, does it?
Now I've been looking all over for
Definitely need to put magnetic on you.
you. Be a tough
There you go.
We'll fix that for you. To my nearest and to that. Please report to my office.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Tano, be careful. You must make sure not to damage all those parts of yours.
Yeah, this is not going to work. It's too fast, I can't see what's glass and what isn't. I don't know the tiles well enough. I really do want to go to the plains and see them.
They won't be Warframes anymore.
Systems? What's up, Mogul? Need the new optics. So of course the one time I don't need the rare drop is the one time I get it. Let's just go to the plains. Actually I think Fortuna's bigger, right? Just go here and fly around so I can see how fast I am. Just have to know. Actually, it doesn't feel fast at all when I'm out here. It's because it's just so big. I guess it's quick. Nova's definitely faster out here though. It feels like stupid fast when you actually get close to the ground though. I don't know if you can kill yourself with the bashing into walls thing. Alright. That's enough of that. Spend more time smashing into walls than speedrunning? Yeah. That's been my experience too. I also just don't really find that version of going fast to be very fun. Like, I like the reticle precision of trying to get good with Nova. Try being the operative word, of course. Wrong one. That's what I was using. So this is just viral. Right, it's built for cold because it combines to viral. No arcane. Just gonna take this and try it. Guess I can hit him with my 4 as well. Am I lying if I said I didn't secretly judge people who go fast with Titania or Wukong? Yeah, I've always had some kind of disdain for that. Feels like impure speedrunning. Problem is, no matter who you're speedrunning with, if you don't know the tiles, you're not going to be fast, and I don't know what they've done to all the new tiles. Flying in Warframe has 0 feel. It's like you have so much control that you have no control. What was okay, the other fast frame is kind of nauseating. Well, I think Vault is a lot slower than everyone else, but it doesn't suffer from the same like jittery weirdness.
And take them out. This underground prototype has made Alavini a very dangerous man. If he is allowed to carry out his plans, the system will be safe.
This would be better if the waypoints actually worked. We could keep up, rather. Speed. Oh, that's glass, right? Is that glass? Yep. Okay, so you can kill Alad first. Don't even remember how this fight works. I don't remember having energy problems this much. I don't know how much Vitus I had left, but maybe I should try out preparation. Chad Parkour versus Virgin Wookringe. Gorse? I actually quite like Gorse. One factor that makes Titania worse is that since you shrink, your perspective of the map changes. Maybe that's a big part of it. Would make sense. Let's look at Vitus real quick. 38 is probably enough for it. I also don't have flow on. I guess because I've got like a weird hybrid build going at the moment. We'll adjust it. Preparation is amazing on Nova. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. Boss motion blur is kind of nauseating. It doesn't bother me. I think maybe most of the time I'm sprinting, I'm looking at the map.
Have you survived?
Oh, that's 30.
These honors were well
Barely afford it.
Tenno.
I was actually pleasantly surprised playing Gorse again after I came back. Like, he's so well designed. Let's get rid of this because I don't want to be holding it. It just annoys me. When you're holding the pistol and the glaive. So I don't need duration anymore. I also don't need that. $744. This is just completely full, right? 100%. So here we go. Anything else I can do? That's interesting. I thought it was a dash polarity, but it's not, and it actually goes up here. That's weird. I don't think there's anything else I can change. You like that? It's gonna be weird to control my muscle memory not to immediately Xeneric dash.
The VIP that we're hunting is here. Find them and take them out. Too many Tenno have perished to make our use of our mission. There will be no stopping the corpus as Luca is mass produced. We are here to make sure that doesn't happen.
Fucking window. Statue's a pain too. That was definitely way better.
Have you come to make a donation to my newest enterprise?
Whoever cleans the windows for corpus are way too good at their job. True. I can never bloody tell. I don't know if I'm smashing my face against the window or if there's some momentum bug or some other bullshit going on. It's hard to tell. It's all equally likely. It's sore from wearing these things all day. Fucking window. My brain can't process that's what it is quickly enough. There's a bug. Wow. Ah, shit. That's what I needed, so I guess I'm done on that tile. God damn it. I was just starting to get accustomed to it. What was in their windows? Afraid of breaking, now afraid of running into them. True. Yeah, because it would lock it all down, right? And it's been a while since I thought about that. Finally, I only did like 5 runs. Is Valkyria going? Anyone else I can run? Boss is Disruption, Mesa is the Mutualist Alad V. Oh, Taragor for Equinox. I think everything I've got should be fine for that. It's on Uranus. I don't think this tile is too bad. Yeah, Equinox. Might be here for a while, boys. Just need to reacquaint myself with these tiles. Jesus. Gotta go right through there. Still take falling damage if you portal down, good to know. Completed Grendel Survival, got down to 1% life. Jesus. I wouldn't want to repeat that one. I'm out of that, coward. Maybe I should have kept Prime sure-footed.
Would you look at you, worthless, ugly freaks?
Wispin Zorus?
Left to hide, nowhere left to run.
Gotta love his voice acting. Excuse me? What the hell is this?
Come near me, and I'll pound
Pound you into a tiny cube. Missing someone? Just wanted me to go over there, apparently. I think I actually have to pick up his loot. Oh. Vacuum did it.
You're still in the clear. No detection.
Well, that was awful.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Day aspect blueprint. I guess I need to get my notepad out. No focus. Day aspect blueprint. Fuck off, Stalker. See what else we already have. I think I have one other part. We got the night in your optics. That's it. Let's keep that down there and keep track. Farming frames to Helminth. Yes, indeed. I've got about 8 or 9 more to farm. And this is one of the last easy ones, I think.
Die, lizard, leech, bloody well.
I have to start doing bounties and disruption, infested salvage, defection, all kinds of weird stuff. Not sure the fastest way. I guess portaling will still be quicker. I don't remember this tile. Oh yeah, I do.
Eliminate Regor and put a stop to his work.
Very excited now. The anticipation.
Nope. $1,600 meter run is always going to lead to a slow time. It's probably a better weapon that I could use. The AoE on this thing's not very big. I'm glad I got Nidus and Harry from Twitch drops. I don't remember that being a thing either. I keep forgetting there's a bottom phase. There's probably some way to optimize the maniacs. Are you dead or not? Cora has been Necromech 2. Oh. I don't really remember any of that. Water jet out of nowhere. So you have to wait like 3 seconds after killing him before you can go through his door for some reason. What does the G in your Spore Laser gun stand for? Day aspect? Already had that. It's just the order that I crafted it. So it's the order and then the parts used. It's more for me than for anyone else. ECD. More useful for the Zors because I have a lot of them. I had to go up into the ZAs, ZB, ZC, all the way down to ZJ. Yep.
Die, lizard, leech, bloody worm!
Shit, I don't remember how to get through this tile quickly. I don't know the best way to initiate going down here without getting a heavy landing at the bottom. Yeah, on a little overkill.
You must be feeling guilty. Need to atone.
I love that.
Let my gavel ring.
I think I know all his voice lines.
Very excited now. Anticipation. I always learn so much. Dissection. No. That sounds too human. Your death will be... Gonna pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
It's kind of nostalgic, actually. It's all of them now. No one else on the map, mate. Of course, the cats give me the good buffs when I don't actually need them.
Nowhere left to run. Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
I didn't notice a bombard. I don't know if one of those was. Not sure if that would actually affect him or not. I don't think there are any like triggers that I can go to that force him to spawn. Just arbitrary time gating, I guess. Should start keeping track of my times. So 4:05. So I've got something to grind against. It's our PB. What was that? The day in your optics? Yeah, but I did that naming thing mostly for videos because people would always ask me. People always ask me for the builds even though they're always at the end anyway. So I figure if I put it in the actual name, maybe that'll happen less. I'm not sure if it worked or not, but I like to think it did. No. Shortcut. Any extra pointless, don't get why they had to be in the fight. I don't mind it. Bit of flavour. He is Maniac-esque, right? He can teleport. And he's all about the cloning and the genes and whatnot. I don't really remember the lore, but the whole thing with the tubemen.
I'll finally get the chance. And I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
Come on out. Sweet.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
I'll read that paragraph in a sec. Come on out, you fuck. There's something weird with portals over this water. Damn shame that you can't see the revealed Requiem mod when you exit the mission. This mod and it was fast when I already had equipped. Yeah, run into that a lot. 337. Day in your optics? I already had that. I feel like we've gotten this 3 times in a row. Stab my lich every time I see them. Yeah, I do too now. Maybe not day 1, but now for sure. 110 Draco Maniac Bombard simulates an Eidolon Sonova. Yep, I did know that. Submersible start is probably not going to lead to much in the way of speed, but then I guess the end may be completely arbitrary in how long he waits before he shows up, so I guess that wasn't awful.
Anticipation. I learned so much.
You really don't want to fuck up and shoot the ground without hitting him. Tarragot and other high-ranking executors buried Hunhao at the bottom of Uranus. Interesting. Definitely did not remember that. Just staring at the minimap. Hoping for arrows and not getting them. What the hell are you doing down there? Grow up, Pixel. Was this night aspect? 304. There you go. 30 seconds faster. So I think that's half of the parts I need. Obviously, as we need to iron out the last few, it's going to get harder and harder to get them. We're probably a quarter of the way into the grind, maybe. Excuse me? Good job, waypoint. I don't like that spawn tile.
Alarming strides in the field of gene repair. His work will not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive burnout, but also allow for stronger and deadlier weapons. He learned it by work and put
I don't know if that'll help here or not. I guess not, because it's not even registered that I'm here yet.
Pull this ocean down on us if I have to.
I may try throwing Prime Sure Footed on. I don't know what I'd have to drop to fit it. Curious if this does anything. You can use it to skip dialogue. Doesn't really seem to influence his spawning though. Wonder if I could hit him with the operator through that door. Maybe that'll reset something.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
That's not what I want to see.
It's hammer time!
There is a red dot warping around between the barrels. I don't know if we killed him or not. I didn't bug out and gotten stuck behind the door. I think I've had that before too. You fucking...
keep going. No
Started bringing Rubico? Why? Can you shoot through the door or something? Right, systems. Hopefully fixed by now. Flip a coin. Hey, punch through, I could still take him out. Interesting. But I guess you still can't hit him when he's inanimate like that, right? Let's try it without rolling guard, maybe. I don't think Nullifier is really helping here. I don't think I have anything else that would help more. Don't really want to be getting damaged. We'll leave it. you mind showing your Vauban build? I can do that after this run. I'm not sure if this waypoint was lying to me again. Too far. Pretty impressed with Vauban these days. As I guess you would know, you've been watching me.
Very excited now. Anticipation. Always learned so much about live dissection.
Wrong about Grendel, defense is 15 waves, not 20. I mean, I welcome that.
A dissection. No,
I only thought it was 10, so.
sounds too humane. Your death will be
Farming Equinox, I am indeed. What is your Spore Lacer builds in Warframe extension? Pure cold damage? Because it does...
such a relief.
It has Toxin on its explosion, so you mod it for cold, which then combines with the Toxin on there. And you just save a mod slot. Because I only wanted pure viral.
Sit down on us if I have to. Come near me, and I'll pound you into a tiny cube.
It's showing him still running around up there. Staring at the map trying to see this guy. Those two are hyperactive. All over all the levels. Is that a new kit gun? It is, yeah. Well, new to me for sure. It's the Spore Lacer barrel. Maybe Invigorations also work?
Nowhere left to hide.
I mean, I guess it would help a bit, right? Invigorations, it's a thing you can do with Helminth. It gives you random... I mean, I can show you, but it picks 3 frames at random and gives them buffs. So I think I got like 75% parkour velocity on Nyx and like 1,000 health or something. And the other day I got like 200% critical chance on primaries and like double shields for Mirage. Weird shit like that. But it's random, so... Day aspect. Already got that.
Let's get out of here.
How much? 75%. I haven't actually put it on her to try it. It rotates every week, I think. So you can buff a frame with this random thing for a week. And then if you do 10 random invigorations like that, it lets you choose which frame to put it on. So 250% melee damage, 75% efficiency for Ash, 100% melee critical chance, immune to status, Hydroid, 100% ability duration, 75% parkour velocity for Nyx. So the stats seem to be completely random. That's way too much. Can you do the dojo with it? I have no idea. I haven't tried. You know SN, who's in the Discord? That speedrunner Riven guy? He says it works for the default dojo, but not any of the custom ones. They're weighted towards the least used frames, but the buffs themselves are random. Right. Ooh. Ah, I haven't actually seen this tile for a long time. I don't remember how to get through it.
Tell me. Oh, no. Let me see. When I crack open your head fruit, what color juice spills out?
Is that it? Oh, there's more to it than that.
Very excited now. Anticipation.
And the waypoint for that one. Here's the world record. He doesn't like me. There's a lot of drama with him and his crew.
No. That sounds.
You see a lot of Hydroid Grendel from week to week. I think I had some for Chroma, some for Mirage. I thought I saw one for Volt, but maybe not. I feel like this distribution is still decent. They have an alternate sense of humor. I mean, that's a word for it, yes. Found the thread. Can I post it? Fire away. I don't know if the auto mod will fuck you up or not. If it does, it'll only be for 5 seconds, but... yeah. Have a look in a minute. And fuck you this time.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
I still haven't looked at any of those settings. He's hitting me, but he's not even showing up on the map.
Look at you. Worthless, ugly freaks.
Equinox Night Systems. Already had that. Explicit Invigoration Weight. Grendel, Garuda, Nyx, Atlas, Banshee, Harrow, Hydroid are most likely. Kind of annoying that he doesn't list the 1.0s. So Wukong, Saren, Mesa, Wisp, Volt, Korra, and Gorse are most used. Is that what that's saying? Guess so, yeah. Weird. I find it weird that Banshee is so low. I guess we don't really need that kind of damage increase. What's up, Dolph? Never wake up early enough? Well, rude of you to sleep when I'm streaming, really.
Die, lizard, leech, bloody worm.
I forgive you. Brain's using a pad even though I don't need one. This preparation mod is very nice, I have to say. Shouldn't they'll adjust the weighing much like Riven's? Seems like they're adding a lot of extra work for that stuff, right?
I'm very excited now.
Carb-rich diet and I feel very lethargic. 10 hours a day, sleep after being awake for 8 hours or so. I mean, I have that on and off regardless of my diet. I found that my diet doesn't affect how I feel ever. I can live off chocolate for a week and feel fine, or I can live off vegan food for a week, feel fine, whatever.
Your death will be...
I don't know how to impact any of it, so... Bad person to ask for dieting advice. I don't ever feel full, I don't get any satisfaction from food. I don't ever feel sick from overeating or eating too much of one thing or not enough of something. Carbs burn out much faster than protein. Yeah, carbs are supposed to be like immediate energy, and protein is like a slow burn. I don't really know how that impacts. They feel sleepy and stuff. I'm trying to focus on the map and using very bad vocabulary. Yeah, but I've been told my whole life how these things are supposed to impact me, and I never actually feel it, so... I bloody know.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
I mean, if you don't know if it's the diet, it wouldn't be too hard to test, right? Gotta go to the left in that room.
Nice work taking down the VIP. Now get to extraction.
Where did that portal go?
Nobody knows you're here.
Look at that near miss.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Strangely enough, I rarely feel hunger. Suddenly feel very weak and go, oh right, I haven't eaten. Interesting. I feel like I'm always hungry. Yeah, so I guess I'm the opposite of you. I'm just always hungry. Is that nice chassis? But I never feel weak. So I did a 14-day fast once. That was kind of a weird experiment, a long time ago. And I worked out every day, no problem. I felt exactly the same.
You must be feeling guilty.
You know, still doing my pretty heavy day cycles. And then I went to the doctor at the end of it to have ECGs and like liver and kidney tests and stuff. And I think I had like one chemical was low, like low iron or low calcium, something like that, but everything else was completely normal. And she didn't believe that I'd been fasting. So I don't know if I've just got some kind of weird metabolism or... I have no idea. But all the readings were completely normal, and the one that was abnormal wasn't. Abnormal to the point that you'd be worried about it. I think it was kidney related. Constructed abnormally, maybe.
She doesn't care about you, Tenno. She doesn't love you.
I can't cook real food, I only have an induction plate. I don't know what that is. Is that like an electric oven? I get all my meals delivered. As you know. Different company these days. It used to be through Macros. Now it's called Muscle Chef. Quality is probably, instead of being like an 8, actually instead of being a 9, it's an 8. But it's like 20% cheaper, so whatever. I would steal you, prick. When I get hungry, my mood just gets all bitter and impatient. I I think if I haven't eaten for a while, I'm probably more sensitive to the depression coming up. So little things might be able to tick me off more. I don't think it's very significant. Starting to notice small sounds and small details.
You're still in the clear. No detection.
I think I become very sensitive to temperature. I start to notice. I know my partner gets very sensitive to smells. So she'll be able to like smell the oils on your skin, or if you cut yourself, the whole house will reek of iron. Like she gets like super sensitive like that. Was this day aspect? You heard that? Used to be outside so much that I lost the feel of hunger. Maybe that I can sit up for 30 hours. I don't know. Get quite pissy when I'm hungry and can't focus. That also describes my partner. I don't understand how to lose weight. Taking less energy than you expedite and you lose weight. Than you expedite. It's just calories in, calories out. For the McDonald's diet, sometimes I watch a guy called Thunderfoot. He's like a pseudoscience debunker on YouTube. And he did that. I think he went to America for 30 days or something, and he only ate McDonald's while he was up there. But he was doing... he was basically climbing mountains all day to go and do whatever research it was he was doing. And he came back like 5 or 6 kilos lighter over the month. So yeah, just calories. It's pretty cool. It is very weird. I don't know how it works, but the sensory thing that is.
Researcher Kyle Reger has made alarming strides in the field of gene therapy. His work will not only reverse centuries of deterioration due to excessive hunger, but also allow for stronger and deadlier mechanisms. Eliminate legends and the stoppers.
I'm very excited now.
Like double my fastest time.
I always learn so much.
Get that with migraines. Smells, sounds, and light becomes noticeably more irritating to the more or less unbearable. Weird.
A dissection? No. That sounds too humane. Your death will be
It's crazy how all these,
painful.
how we all have these super subtle differences like that. I don't understand any of them. Very interesting. Alex's thing is very bizarre to me. Like, she'll pick up on that smell, so say blood, and say I'm bleeding, and I'll put it up to my nose and I'll barely be able to smell it. And she can smell it from the other room, from across the house. There have been other examples, but I don't really remember them. She's blown my mind a few times like that. Yeah. Really makes you think about what humans are really capable of. Like, what else is there that we don't even know about or just don't understand? It's the iron? Well, that's just one example. It's not just blood. That's the most recent one I could think of, but it's been other things too.
Let's get out of here. Target down.
That aspect? Like that. I'm also not very good at articulating things like that when I'm streaming. I feel like when I turn the stream on, my brain power goes down by a notch. Which is weird because I don't really feel any pressure streaming. But I guess there's something weird going on in my subconscious. Some people can smell diabetes on others. It's my first time hearing that. Do you just talk, or do you think and formulate your thoughts before saying it? When I'm streaming, I basically just talk. I feel like it's less important to sound smart and more important to have minimal dead air. Which doesn't really suit me because I'm not really a quick thinker, I'm a deep thinker. So if I really sit down to think things out, it'll make a lot more sense than if I just spew it out on stream. But I don't really think I can do that mid-stream. There's a balance. I mean, I guess. That's why text chatting is easier for me than talking. I also prefer that. What the hell is going on here? Did I break it? I prefer talking for that exact reason. It gives you the advantage. Because you're a quick thinker? Is that what you're saying? I think probably a big part of it is just that I don't really have a lot of experience talking to people, right? Basically, all of my hobbies have been... all of my social hobbies have been physical and not very intellectual. I thought I was done, but I'm not.
Nowhere left to hide. Nowhere left to run.
Alright. I mean, that's what I'm doing too. Do you think you and I differ? Looking back, voice has a mad and twisted sort of sense. Impetuous. Right. Yeah, I'm just running off intuition as well. I guess the difference is you feel comfortable with it, right? It's not my natural state. Stream of consciousness leads to what I wanted even though I can't see myself getting there. I still get there, just not as... see? Like my vocabulary just shuts down. There's a very specific word I want and I just can't come up with it. Not as clean as I would like it to be. It's like I brute force my way to the solution instead of just providing the correct answer. Like I said, all about experience, yeah.
Very excited now.
What the hell? Also, the fact that you're doing something else, I find it difficult to play a game seriously and talk. Yeah. Me too. Stop playing without even realizing. I do think I spend a decent amount of time just standing in one place or fucking around on the orbiter, even while streaming. I think the biggest tell though is you'll see me stop halfway through a sentence. You know, there's one word left, and I just can't finish it. That's when I'm focusing on something in the game. What do you do for a living, if I might ask? Except being a YouTube millionaire. I was an engineer for most of my life, but now I'm just living off rent, passive income. My YouTube makes... I think I get like $100 a month from YouTube at the moment. Warframes the only game I can play and watch streams at the same time. My hands do things automatically. That tells me you've been playing way too much. Day chassis? I didn't have that. I only need one more part, I think. Should be the day systems. Maybe you've noticed other people talk and lose their train of thought, ever getting back to it. Notice it, you know they've completely forgot what they're talking about something. They were talking about. Yeah, I do notice that. I think a problem as well is that I have to I read chat out loud so much. Like that last paragraph takes me 2 seconds tops to read in my head, but then my mouth just stumbles over it. So I'm concentrating on talking as well, even after I've already processed the sentence. It's like a weird latency in my own head. It's just a lot of weird shit going on. Sorry, Raccoon, forgot. This is the one I've been using. Pretty much everything. I don't think I would change anything on it. I'm quite happy with it where it is. Mostly using his 4 and his Flechette orbs. So it's a good crowd control everywhere, and then the scaling damage for his 2 if you strip armor is pretty good. Most streamers read the message in their mind. When they reply it, they just skim through it very quickly. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to approach that yet. It feels weird doing that if I'm posting it on YouTube as well. But at the same time, I don't really know how much... You know, if you're watching stream... If you're watching a stream... Let's say if I'm watching a stream, I never read chat. I never even have the chat open. So, you know, if I'm answering questions and responding to people in chat, then the people that don't actually interact in chat at all, no idea what I'm talking about, right? So I guess my way of watching streams is not the norm.
Die, lizard, leech, bloody worm.
You're in the minority. I have no interest in talking in anybody's chat room ever. Fucking waypoint. And it is a balanced warband build, because I only ever used to use him max range, decent duration. But having strength is actually pretty good now. Very solid armor strip on his Bastille. Very solid damage on his orbs. Looks pretty well. You can apparently also strip all bosses with his 4. Every boss I tried it on, it worked. Large streams I turn off the chat. Small streams where it's possible to interact I leave it open. Seems reasonable. There's my alarm. Yeah, yeah. I don't really understand the appeal of... I don't really understand streaming or content creating in general. I've never wanted to talk to any streamer or any YouTuber. I've never wanted to meet any author, you know, any celebrity. I don't really see the draw or the interest. It's kind of weird being one even as minor as I am, because I don't really understand my kind of place in the society. Not that that really bothers me, but there's definitely some lack of understanding there. You ever think having to play an insufferable character makes actors more self-aware and therefore nicer people? I would hope so. I have no idea. I think the only actor I know anything about... That was the last part I needed. No, it wasn't. Shit. Systems. Damn it. My alarm went off, so that would have been a really nice way to end. The only actor I know anything about is Brad Pitt. Because I think I watched an interview he did for some movie. Maybe it wasn't even a movie. I think the interviewer was just asking him opinions. It's really weird because I've seen him in so many movies where he's very articulate, very intelligent. You know, he knows... He's very capable, right? And then I saw him in these interviews and he was like a real dull... Like, he couldn't articulate anything. He had no real opinions. He just seemed really dumb. It was strange. Really kind of surprised me. What's up, Plasma? But that was only one video, so I could be picking and choosing, I don't know. You're sandbagging? I don't think so. Talking about Brad Pitt. Is the Trumna build. Radiation cold? This would usually be viral. Hang on. I think I was doing something specific. This would have been... Viral hunter munitions, yeah. Ignore that for a sec. That's what it would usually be. I think I was trying to one-shot the Necromex. Maybe I used it for the Hyena. I forget what I did last. That's the real build. Pretty solid weapon. As far as automatics go, I definitely like it quite a lot. How's it working, the Trumna? Very solid. I think... Usually just use the Void Rig to deal with it. Yeah, but I was trying to level the Void Rig, so it didn't have its abilities. I actually don't know how to get through that tile in a reasonable amount of time.
so-called.
But I put 5 former on my Void Rig, so 5 or 6. Hopefully I don't have to put any more on there. Check out the Colossus for a run, and good grief, it's a great melee. That's the Warframe, right? I do quite like it. I haven't spent heaps of time with it yet, but of all the melee weapons you actually use to melee instead of throw, it seems really good. Started watching Twitch when a friend became host of some Asus ROG event. I'm not sure what that is. Where are you leveling them? The Void Rig I leveled in the Orb Valus Steel Path. So you just do those nodes, but you do them in Steel Path, and it takes 10-15 minutes to get it up to rank 36 or whatever I was at. Basically, you just throw down a Spectre, get a new Void Rig, and just permanent 4. I guess I think I had Nova, so Slover with the dispensary thing. So I had unlimited energy, and I just mowed them down for ages. I'd spend 15 minutes out there and come back with like 1,000,000 XP. It's kind of crazy. Do you not get your own Necromech? Do you only get the Void Rig? Well, the Void Rig is the name of a Necromech. So there's the Void Rig and the Bone Widow, maybe? So they are mine. See here, I've got Void Rig, Bone Widow, yeah. So this guy's really easy to level because his 4 is stupid powerful. You can't do the same thing with this guy, however, because he can't survive for shit. So I think I'm going to have to do non-steel path somewhere to grind that guy out. I don't really have any use for him because this guy's so powerful, so it's like, I just got to pump 5 former into a really awkward system. No real reason. Asus Republic of Gamers? I will take your word for it. I don't know what that is. Maybe you can use Frost, put down a bubble and stay inside of it. The problem is he's a melee frame. A melee mech. So if you want to deal any damage with him, you got to be running around with him. And the weapons aren't really efficient for Steel Path the way that Void Rig's 4 is. Void Rig's 4 deals millions of damage with every shot, and it's an automatic weapon. So it's easily the most powerful damage dealing ability in the game at the moment. So they're really not comparable. This run has been awful. I kind of wonder how many projectiles I'm shooting. Seems like a lot based on the particles, right? When you're doing the Yasuo bolts, you're not having any difficulty with the Void Rig? But the Bone Widows were more difficult. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but I tried to take the Bone Widow out to do the same thing, so I went out to the same area that I was leveling, jumped out with Nova, primed everything, and then started wailing away with my Exalted weapon. And I was dead before I could kill one of them. So that happened a few times. He has his defensive ability is just that he holds up his tower shield. He doesn't have like an Iron Skin mechanic. And because the only way to heal is a mod that gives you a bit of health back when you're below 30% health, it's not very reliable. Now, Void Rig is way better. Should have seen the damage when that ability double dipped the crit damage mods in the beginning. Interesting that they nerfed that, or fixed that, but it's still so stupidly broken. It seems like they've added a 0 to whatever formula they got going on. It's just way too broken. I'll bring him here. Bone Widow does have a heal, does he? His shield thing, or does his 3 like sucks everyone in front of him? His 4 is exalted. His 2 is his shield. I forget what his 1 is. First ability? Okay, maybe I'm being dumb. Damn it. I was really hoping to get the last part today, but I'm probably going to end there anyway. I'm already 10 minutes overtime. Let's go and have a look at the Bone Widow's first ability, and then I'll call it. Just want to read what it is. I don't think I have to do anything here. Skewer and hold a target, siphoning their health. Use again to hurl the victim, damaging them and anyone near the impact site. 39% conversion, but based on, I assume 39% of the damage you're dealing, and the damage looks very low. Well, I don't think I've even used this ability, so maybe I'm just completely wrong. I'll have another look at it. But tomorrow. Use Octavia and kill with her mallet. Oh, you jump back into the mech, it still levels. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that for some reason. I guess mallet would still work in Steel Path Valis, right? I'll write these 2 things down so I actually remember to look. Top of my list. I'll remember to check that. Damage is a percent of the enemy's max HP. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely try those 2. I haven't spent much time on Bone Widow, so I have to work out how to level him. Try those 2 things out. Thank you for telling me. But, as I said, I'm done for today. I'll be back same time tomorrow, probably. See you then.